This is for the curious, strictly for the curious. So what I mean by that is we are going to be talking today about bond repair treatments, but I'm not going super hardcore science, all this kind of stuff. It's basically just a skimming of the basics that I wanted to know when I heard about bond repair treatments, and I was like, okay girl, but like, what are they? What does it do? That kind of stuff. I'm also going to talk about a couple of bond repair treatments that I did try, and talking briefly about why I discontinued the use of bond repair treatments. But first, hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel. So the first thing that I was wondering when I heard of bond repair treatments, it was kind of like before the craze was like everywhere, it was like, what the heck is a bond repair treatment? Okay, so bond repair treatments, what makes them different is that unlike most things that you put on your hair that work on the surface, the bond repair treatments actually go inside of the hair to repair the bonds of the hair. Okay, so we're going, like, I guess you would consider it deep damage repair. Okay, so there are different types of bond repair treatments. They don't all work the same. Of course, there are the ones that we're most familiar with, like the Olaplex and the K18. These are salon quality treatments, and the way that they work and the category that they fall under is that they have some sort of proprietary technology. They are specifically engineered and created to have this technology that you're not going to get in any other treatment, right? So that ain't the kind that I tried. Okay, that kind tends to be a little bit more expensive. You may have to get it through your hair salon. They may give it to you when they color your hair or something like that. So we're not talking about K18 and Olaplex, which are probably the two most popular ones that are out there. There are other ones that fall into the category of protein. That's how they work. Silicone. Yes, girl, we'll talk about that one because I was going to leave that category out, but then something that I use does fall into that category of using silicone to repair the bonds. And then we have another one that is pH, so it adjusts, or acidic bond repair. So it kind of adjusts the pH of the hair to create a situation where it is repairing these bonds. So let's talk about the ones that I actually tried. So listen, I was in the drugstore, as I said earlier. I didn't do any of the expensive treatments. So in the drugstore, I picked up the Not Your Mother's Intense Bonding Treatment. It's actually a complete line of products, but I strictly just tried the treatment. So this is something that you put on before you shampoo your hair. It's like a pre-shampoo treatment. You let it sit for a bit, and then you rinse it out and go on about your routine. So I want to know what was the main ingredient that is the bond repair ingredient in this. So I have here the key bond repair ingredient in Not Your Mother's Tough Love Intense Bonding Treatment is Biz 4 PCA dimethicone. Okay, so this definitely falls into the silicone category. This ingredient is often used in hair care products to help strengthen and protect hair. While it's not a traditional bond building molecule like those found in the high-end professional treatments, K18, Olaplex, it does contribute to improving hair's overall condition. And then it does have other ingredients that are like conditioning type ingredients that help to make the hair feel better as well. So this product may increase the manageability of your hair, make it easier to brush, comb, whatever, but it's not going to be on the same level as K18 or Olaplex. Now, I did write about this on my Threads account, so let me click through and see what I had to say about this back when I originally tried it. So I said, let's see, I applied this between my first and second shampoo lather and let it sit while I did shower things. I didn't want to put it on just wet hair that I then apply the treatment to because I do style my hair primarily in a wash and go. So there's gel and stuff like that on my hair. So I wanted to make sure that there was at least a little bit of stuff removed from my hairs, which is why I did that. Now, upon rinsing out this treatment, I felt like there was a coating on my hair, but a good coating. It had a conditioner-y like silk feel, probably because of the silicone, that lasted through that second shampoo and on to me styling my hair. They say this will last 3 to 4 washes. We'll be finding that out. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars just because I wasn't totally in love with the subtle perfume gift set lotion scent. I never loved this scent in anything. I don't know why y'all keep putting that scent in products. And I do not have a microscope to see if my hair was damaged before and repaired now worth a repurchase. Now, I actually did later get that microscopic evidence and information on my hair, and my hair does not hold a lot of damage. That is something that I did through hair analysis, and I will probably link that video either here or in the description box or at the end of the video somewhere for you to be able to see the hair analysis. But the analysis said that, hey girl, you do need a trim. There's some damage at the very, very ends, but overall your hair is in good condition. So this treatment likely didn't do anything. All right. So the second one that I tried, this one I think might be a little bit more popular. Again, it's drugstore, but this one does cost more. However, you can get it at TJ Maxx and get it on sale. And that is the Curlsmith Bond Repair Salve. So you do not have to pay the full price. I know I didn't. I think I got this one 50% off, and then I used, I think, some of my points at Ulta to further knock down the price of this. So I paid a fraction of what this actually cost. So the main bond repair ingredient in this one is like, they're saying it's some sort of like bond repair blend that prominently features chia seed extract. So I'm not really sure if what this triple active blend does, or if it's just marketing. I'm not sure. But as far as the categories of bond repair treatments, I would think that this one will probably fall into the protein category, using some sort of protein ingredients, because I think chia seed could be a protein type ingredient. And then also radish root is featured in this little triple blend situation. And I don't really know much about radish root, but that's what this product is saying that it does as the bond repair. Now, the review of this one, let me go through and see what I had to say when I tried this one. Again, this is from my Threads account right when I tried it. By the way, the other product I tried back in October, and then this one was in January of this year. So I just used each one until it was empty, and then that was it, girl. So I didn't really become a bond repair girl. So this product, unlike similar ones, doesn't call itself as a pre-shampoo treatment. Actually, I think it does, but I just didn't use it that way. I use it after my shampoo and before my conditioner. In subsequent uses, I did use it the same way I use your Not Your Mother's, which was in between the two shampoo lathers. I put my hair in some buns and attended to shower stuff. Here's where it started to feel like twinning them. Just like the Not Your Mother's treatment, my hair rinsed out soft and felt like there was a bit of a coating to keep the hair feeling that way throughout the wash. The scent is different though, it's giving candy fruits. So I basically was saying that this is very similar to how the Not Your Mother's felt. And I think a lot of the drugstore products that you're going to find, that you're going to try, they're going to be more so like conditioning, like adding to the softness of your hair. And then they may have some sort of protein blend, or in the case of the Not Your Mother, some sort of silicone something that they're claiming to be the bond repair ingredient. But if you really want the hardcore bond repair stuff, I would recommend that you go and just check out the Girlies K18 and Olaplex. Now, I actually did stop using bond repair treatments after I used these two for however many washes that they lasted. And the reason why I stopped using them is because they weren't repairing anything. I did later, I think in February, get my hair analysis back, and it was like, girl, there really ain't much damage except for the very ends where you just need a trim, as I said earlier. And so if there's nothing to repair, what's the point? And a lot of people, I think that these treatments are preventative, but they're not. They're not preventative. They're designed to go in where the hair is damaged and rebuild that gap, and to repair the bonds, to hold it in place like a cast, okay? People want to put a cast on an arm that's not broken when it comes to protein and bond repair and stuff like that. Now, I also stopped using them because I didn't really fall into the target market for bond repair treatments. Bond repair treatments are going to be really, really useful for you if you color your hair, if you do any sort of excessive manipulation, if you do any type of chemical treatment of your hair, if you do a lot of heat, like you straighten it and stuff like that, then you're going to be like an excellent person to be using these bond repair treatments. Now, I know somebody might be like, well, you do wash and goes, girl. That's a lot of manipulation. And you know what? I don't blame people for saying that, because given the videos that I've seen of people doing their wash and goes, it does look like a lot of manipulation. And I feel like if you got to do all of that to get your wash and go, let's step back and assess our products and assess our routine, because we should not be doing all of that for curl definition. That's too much. So if you're new here, you've never seen any of my hairstyling videos, especially the ones that are more recent, I don't do a lot to get my curl definition. The manipulation goes to putting in the product, smoothing the product, which is what I would do no matter what hairstyle that I'm wearing. And then when it comes to defining my hair, after I smooth it in really well, I just kind of do a couple of rakes in a very small section. Pretty much nothing comes out as far as hair. I lose very little hair during the styling process, if any at all. And then I just like let it go, and then just quickly rake the next section and then move on. So I'm not doing a whole lot to get my wash and go. And then I don't do my wash and go like every other day. You know, I let it go as many days as the style lasts, and then my day-to-day manipulation is just trying to get my hair to be as close to shake and go as possible. So I don't do any refreshers, I don't apply any additional product, I don't leave my hair wet for an extended period of time. I literally tie it up for bed at night and then take it down in the morning and shake it, and like I might, you know, pull it apart or something like that if it looks weird. Typically doesn't, and that's it. Like, it's very low manipulation how I approach my wash and go, so I don't put myself in the high manipulation category. However, some people do a lot of manipulation for their wash and goes or any type of styling that they're doing, so they may fall into the category to where it may be useful for them to implement a bond repair treatment. So I'm going to do a couple of links here. I'm going to link the video where I get the hair analysis and I'm like, I'm not going to use the bond repair treatments anymore, which people interpreted to mean I wasn't going to use protein anymore. No, people, I'm using moisture products that have protein in them. And then I'm also going to link, probably in the description box, those Threads reviews if you want to read them yourself. I know I sometimes like to have things in front of me where I can see them instead of someone just reading it to me. And I make videos every week. Invite me to your subscriptions page. Yeah, that little page that you haven't been to in a while. Invite me over there. And I will talk to you in the next one.